Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome to my final thoughts on Chapter 2 of Umineko. So I had a few things I wanted to bring up. The first thing was Rosa and how she changed. Just some of my thoughts on it. She definitely seemed like she was going to be one of my favorite characters at first. I really thought she would, because she seemed kind of like that relative, you know, when you go to some sort of family meetup, and she seems a lot nicer than your own parents, or, you know, she's the kind that'll give out candy, stuff like that, a lot nicer individual, and you're like, wow, my parents are really mean to me, and look how nice she is. And in the first chapter, she obviously didn't live long enough for you to see otherwise. So, as far as I was concerned, she was a pretty good parent. You know, but in the second chapter, we saw that was really wrong. And she gets kind of scary and almost monstrous towards the end with the way that she just throws away people with reckless abandon that she has the slightest suspicion of. And right at the end, she almost seems redeemable with that conversation she has with her daughter. But I just can't quite forgive her. She's like, all that she did, it was too much. And we discussed this somewhat in the comments, but for Battler in the closed rooms, at first he did a really good job of thwarting them. You know, the first one he actually passed with pretty flying colors. But as he kept going on, he started to get caught, and then he just did worse and worse and, well, worse. And he just got completely shut down. And he had a clear out in most of these situations. In fact, I think he had one in every situation, honestly, just because of the Master Keys. Especially towards the end where Rosa collected all the Master Keys, he had a very clear out there, because you couldn't always ascertain where Rosa's location was. And I think in that regard, he could have blamed Rosa, even though he didn't want to blame a family member, which she was getting pretty evil there towards the end. I was starting to think that maybe she did do some of that stuff. And towards the end where Battler found that letter and Rosa blamed him for being an accomplice, and Battler said, well, you know, you could have anticipated me coming back and put the letter there. While I don't think that's what happened, it's starting to feel more and more plausible just by how evil Rosa is. I don't know. Maybe she wanted a reason to kick Battler out. She didn't want to murder him in front of Maria because she knew how much Maria liked him. But she wanted him out because she didn't trust him. Possibly, I don't know. And a few other random thoughts. I like the idea of witches helping out Battler, having help from a witch, just because up until now he's kind of been stuck against a wall. There's not really a level playing field. As they said, you know, just like chess, it's like if someone had the ability to switch out all their pieces so that they had better pieces. I'm not very good with chess, the horsey pieces and stuff, and and you know, just stuff like that. If they had the ability to switch out pieces and move pieces in illegal ways like a witch could, then they're kind of stuck against a wall. And I think with the help of another witch, they might be able to get more of an even playing field. Another thing I was thinking about, what would it be like if all the adults lived, or at least most of the adults lived? Because up until now, most of the adults have been dead. The first game had 3 adults alive, and then 2 of them got killed pretty quickly through. But I was thinking, like, what if, you know, the kids got killed off early? Which, I'm not really sure what to think about that, but that would, I guess, be interesting. And then have all the adults towards the end. Though I feel like they'd just be at each other's throats towards the end. And prove that none of them really trust anybody else. And finally, special thanks to, I'm probably going to say your name wrong, Ikalu, or Loklu? I'm not sure. But thank you for gifting me Higurashi on Steam. You probably know who you are. I appreciate it. And speaking of Higurashi, I don't really plan on playing it online. It's, well, there's 2 options I could take here. I could either do it right now, which would be very hectic. I don't really have time for an extra series, especially one of this nature, which is simply talking a bunch. Or I could, you know, save it until we finish Umineko, which should be also quite a long time from now, and I kind of want to play it now, but I don't really want to play it online is my thing. So I'm going to be reading it by myself. And then I think occasionally I'll, maybe release a video letting you guys know what I think about it. Sort of like how this video is, but, without the series attached to it. I'll just let you guys know what I think. And, wow, that original art is, good stuff. I do like the updated art, though, so that's pretty nice. But anyway, that's about all my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed. I've been enjoying playing it so far, and I'm really interested to see what the inclusion of some new witches will do for us, and new magic, and probably just make the story a whole lot more interesting. So anyway, I'll see you guys next time for Chapter 3 of Umineko. Bye!